Our guest for today is a boss in every sense of the word when it comes to lording it over the various facets of life. She is Kalyani Chawla. Kalyani is a multifaceted woman. She's worn many hats. She's been a garment exporter, a marketing professional. She's even owned an art gallery. And she's famous for literally building the Christian Dior brand here in India from scratch. Recently, Kalyani has returned to her entrepreneurial roots. She's the co-founder of luxury e-commerce portal Rezon Silverware.
Kalyani Saha Chawla is truly a multifaceted woman. A patron of the art and fashion, Kalyani has good taste and aesthetics running in her blood. She's also adept at mastering the ever-elusive work-life balance that we all crave for. From bringing up her teenage daughter to finding time for herself to be healthy, Kalyani is certainly a woman of many talents.
When you've got yourself a nice, beautiful car like this one, the temptation is to keep on driving, especially for someone like me. But you know what? I've reached Kalyani's office now, and so it's time to introduce this beauty to the boss of everything beautiful and glamorous. Kalyani, hi.
Hi, Siddharth. How are you?
Great to meet you.
Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for having us and letting us into this part of your world. You are a serial entrepreneur.
That's it. That's the word.
Yeah, I've been reading up and seeing that there's so many things that you've done. But now that we're here, I want to start off by talking about all of this. Rezon, the idea for it, the name.
The name is very important. It means a secret prince. So I really believe in, some sort of astrology. I think there's a science behind it. We Indians normally do. So I was asked to keep a name with R. And so I found this name which kind of had a ring to it. Rezon sounds kind of exotic.
So where did the idea of working with silver first come from to you?
You know, I worked with silver before. I don't know whether you know, but I had a very successful export company, which I kind of shut about 6 years ago because it kind of overlapped with my job at Dior, and manufacturing I thought is something I would never, in fact I pledged to myself I'd never ever get back into manufacturing, and here I am, a factory girl again. But so I used to make actually silver mixed with leather. I used to make leather accessories, fashion accessories, but I did a lot of homeware as well. So I used to mix, so it's not an alien product for me or material for me. I love silver. Personally, I love silver. I think we Indians do because it's very auspicious, it's very occasion-based, but for happy occasions, like, you know, when a baby's born or someone's getting married, and it's also kind of an asset, you know, a gold, silver property. Yes. So I think it was an idea which I got about a year ago. I started this business, but I wasn't really focusing on it as such.
Yeah.
It is new because I've actually taken over and the reins because I had somebody else looking after the business. And you know, one thing I realized that whatever you do, you have to be involved 24 hours. You have to be. In 3 months, I made a 200-piece collection. I have no idea how my workers did it, but I've got an amazing team, very, very skilled, which I'm going to show you now in my factory.
Here, isn't it?
It does. I've got a small factory, special tools I use. It's actually very archaic. It's interesting.
Well, let's
Come, I'll show you. So this is my factory.
Right.
It's what you might find very interesting is, you know, everything is handmade.
How many people do you have here?
About 40.
Wow.
So it's not that small, but not that big either.
Yeah.
You know, something like this has been made out of a flat sheet of metal.
Yeah.
So it's quite amazing, actually. I get amazed every day when I sit in my factory and I'm like, oh my goodness, how are they doing this? And this kind of work, for example, this enameling, yeah. So this is one of the Harlequin designs that we have. No one's doing this kind of enameling. It's a very specific, very, very specific. One of the things that are my USPs. We have, as you can see, this particular piece. This is a rose quartz. These are jade stones, and that's granite. This handwork. It's so intense. And
And
this
all that
is
happens.
again, everything. So this shape is made of the leaf, for example. This is from the Lotus collection, as you can see. The inspiration was from a 19th century little diya which I made, and then I loved it so much that I wanted to, expand on it. So this is a table lamp. The lamp comes here. And this is called chasing. You see this kind of work? So this is called chasing. So this is done with hand again, you know, to get the lotus, you know, the veins of the lotus leaf.
Where do the ideas for the designs come from?
I have an amazing team, obviously, but it's my vision. You know, I wanted to do something which is not available in the market, because there is a lot of availability in the market.
So it sort of draws from the traditional, but you put like a different spin on it.
Yes.
Is that a good way to describe it?
I think it's a very good idea.
And,
I must use that line.
Yes, I'm happy to let you use it. No, but the other question I have is, what sort of things are you doing here? Because is it all household items? I mean, how do you decide the boundaries?
It's decorative items for the house. Like this is a table lamp. We have like thali sets, for example, dinner sets, and which is utility, and you know, dongas, you know, serving trays, etc. So it's a mix of everything that you might want in a house.
Right, and then of course I can see it's going to keep you busy because you're saying it's expanding, right? So
It is.
the whole the business itself is expanding, and also the range.
The range has to keep evolving. You know, there's a certain genre. There has to be a signature. It's like a, I don't know, Hussein painting that you can. I want people to recognize a Rezon product after a while when they see it.
So no, it is all really beautiful, I have to say. Really, really nice, and I can't wait to see what you do next with it. But speaking of sculpting metal into something beautiful, there's something like that outside, a lot larger, that I want you to see. So, shall we?
Okay, of course.
So there it is.
Ah, the big metal surprise.
A lot of metal. A lot of sculpted metal that I was talking about.
That's
All right.
cool.
So, should I drive?
I have road rage, so if
I think I
you
should
want
try.
to deal with that, yeah.
Well, maybe for Saturday, maybe later then.
Yeah, I love driving actually.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
if you want to risk your life as well, apart from the road.
Kalyani Saha Chawla is now with me inside the car. So, first impressions on the car, Kalyani?
It's super cool actually.
So, like I said when we first met today, you know, I mean, the kind of things that you have done, they're all sort of, you know, most people don't even get one of those done properly in their lifetime. You've got so many different, almost different careers that
Yes.
you parallelly managed. So, where did it all start for you?
There was no concept of careers at that time, you know. But I've grown up seeing my grandfather, who was a pioneer in his business. I have taken a huge influence in my life, have been both sets of my grandparents, my maternal and paternal.
So, why did you move to Chennai? Like, where did that come from? Why
My first job was with Oberoi Hotel. I chanced upon it. I was 22 years old, and I was at sales and marketing assistant. That's how I started. So while I was in Madras, I did very many things, which was after getting out of Oberoi, I worked for Indian Express, for very diverse magazines, where I was looking after marketing, I was reporting, and you know, that's the thing about journalism, because we had to do so much research, you know, when we even wrote one sentence. So I was living in Madras, so that started my grandfather. He was very, I think, sad in a way that I wasn't part of the family business. So he gave me a room which is part of the house. I converted into a little boutique. I started the first lifestyle store actually in Calcutta. And so I started the boutique which I ran for very many years. Then I came to Delhi and I was doing my corporate gifts. I got into export. I started montage art, my art business. It was basically an exhibition that triggered this business off. So I didn't even realize, you know, and then I had 100 canvases, except 2 canvases, everything sold out at the preview. And I'm like, whoa, yes, this has potential. So that was the art set, and then I started working with Dior, which was probably the best experience anyone can have, and with Dior for 11.5 years. But I started my own communication company, so now Dior is a part of Koi Communications, which is basically strategy, brand building.
So we're at Khan Market, where we are going into Town Hall, which is one of Kalyani's favorite restaurants. Come.
It is.
No, so I want to pick up where we left off in the car about, for you personally, when you came to Delhi and you started doing all these different things, how did the Dior connection first happen?
While I was doing my export, actually I met this gentleman through a friend. I didn't quite know that he wanted to meet me because that wasn't told to me. He was actually the general manager who was of the region who was setting up Dior in India. But as you said, your name kept coming up in every conversation, from Paris to Hong Kong to wherever I go, and obviously in India.
I mean, not everybody gets to do so much as well.
But yeah,
that's why I have to also ask you though, because not everybody gets that kind of success, and you've dabbled in so many different things. So, to the cynic, it would be like, hey, you've got this great job at Dior, you're at the top of your game, and then you decide, I want something else, I want more. Why did you then step away from that? Where did Koi Communications come from?
I think it was a matter of me not getting complacent. This has been a pattern with me, let's put it that way. And I have managed to multitask. When I took up Dior, I had a fully functional, I had 400 people working with me.
So was it easy then for them to accept your decision as well when you said,
she let me experiment a lot. And a lot of things that I did in India at that time when the market was very nascent, I feel it still is actually, but we had to take a few risks.
No, but you're still associated with Dior. I mean,
yes. So basically, I finished my contract whereby I started Koi Communications, which is handling basically brand strategies. I work with other brands as well, but I haven't taken on too much because I was, I do projects for Dior, I consult with them. But then, meanwhile I started a fashion portal, then, now I'm seriously involved in my latest venture, which is my business, passing to manufacturing, and I think I smell success, and I can see it coming my way.
I now smell coffee, which is also a good thing.
I think it's a very good idea.
Thank you so much, Ashok. Thank you. All right. So, we can finally dive into that, but on that note, we'll take a very short break here. Keep watching, there's plenty more. Are you happy with how much time you find now, at least, now that you're not at Dior anymore, or, part of the corporate?
Yeah, I'm doing much more now than I've done in the last, since I stopped exporting, actually, because I was so hectic.